This is a podcast about our lived experience, which unfortunately includes infant death and subsequent mental health struggles. Please take good care of yourself and only listen if this content feels safe for you right now. We'll still be here when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Judith.
And I'm Alina. We both lost babies to SIDS in winter 2021.
In the throes of grief, I reached out to a stranger on the internet and our friendship was born.
In the years since, we've been working hard to survive, rebuild, and navigate the continual challenges that have come our way, including divorce,
Job loss,
dating while bereaved,
moving multiple times,
health scares,
pregnancy and parenting a living child,
starting new jobs, and so much more.
We are tired.
Happily ever after is out of the question for us, but this podcast documents our journeys to happier ever after because we believe life after loss is worth living.
So join us as we laugh, cry until we laugh.
Welcome to As Long as I'm Living podcast.
We're so glad you're here.
The episode we're recording today is potentially one of the lightest, silliest episodes we've ever done. But I asked on our podcast stories, like Instagram stories, like forever ago. I saw this thing that someone else did that was like most likely to XYZ. And so you guys submitted all these things that you thought would be funny, like which one of us is more likely to XYZ, and we're just going to go through them and talk about them, and it's going to be super light and fun, and that is that. So Judith, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to start with one that we have actually talked about relatively recently. Which one of you is more likely to get arrested?
Oh, me.
Absolutely no question at all.
Absolutely no question about it at all. I remember
not that Judith is like a criminal, but you do stuff all the time that is mildly illegal, and I am so rigid and ridiculous that I would never.
First of all, in order to get arrested, you'll have to leave your house, and you would have to go beyond Target. You would have to go somewhere beyond the Target parking lot and your house. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember, who was I talking to? Was it your husband?
We talked about this
when we were talking about the tree in front of your cabin. Like, remember that there was this tree in front of the cabin and you're not allowed to cut it down because it would
within
be
a certain number of feet of the lake edge, you're not allowed to do landscaping to maintain the natural beauty.
Okay, so then what happened? Remember I wanted you to move a tree and you were like, we cannot move that tree because it's part of the landscaping. And I was like, but what do you mean? Like someone's going to come with a measuring tape? Just move the tree or just move that branch. Like it was one branch. It wasn't even a big tree. I think it was like a branch that was maybe
it was like a little bush with
3
branches
inches
that were obstructing the view.
Yeah, it was like a bush or whatever. It was like not a big deal. And you were like, Judith, we can't.
And I'm like looking up at the bylines. I'm not bylines. I'm like looking at the bylaws.
I was ready to go at it with a saw. I mean, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I get it. You can't. This is what happened. I said you can't move a tree because that would really impact it, but you can move a bush. Certainly, no one's going to care. I don't even think I wanted you to move the bush. I just wanted you to cut it back,
trim it.
And you said no.
Yeah, and I was like looking up the bylaws of like how thick the stem can be when you can make the change and all this stuff. Yeah. So anyway, all this to say, Judith is definitely more likely to do something deliberately that is mildly illegal, and significantly more likely to accidentally do something that is really illegal.
I agree.
For sure.
I don't disagree at all.
But I will say, I don't think either of us would deliberately do something illegal. We did have a conversation about this relatively recently. And I think if it was something like to protect our kids or like something that was like but that's like a given. That's like,
no, we did speak about this. And we said, if I were getting arrested, what would it be for? And you said for accidentally driving the wrong way on a highway. That's
100%.
Which I would. That's
absolutely what would happen.
That's what would happen. And I said that you would be fighting with a police officer about whether or not something was a rule or not.
Yes, that's right. You said that like I would be like, well, actually, I was going 64 miles an hour.
Yes,
65, and then I'd like get arrested for like talking back
for being a really for being yes. But I actually think
I think that's fair, and I do think both of us would protest, and in the current climate, like could potentially get arrested for that. But that's kind of that. I think that's not the answer.
100%.
Oh, someone says most likely to attend a protest.
Most likely to attend. We both attended protests.
Judith is more likely to leave the house, so I'm going to go with Judith. But we both have attended protests and will attend protests.
I have some severe anxiety about being in crowds. Severe. Like, I do not like being in crowds. I never have. My mom, growing up, didn't like us being in crowds. Like, we weren't able to participate in parades. And things like that. I'm constantly afraid of a shooting. I also am Jewish, so I think I'm a hard target. Big groups of Jews make me nervous because I feel like I'll get killed. or there'll be a terror attack or something else. So in order to be at a protest, I have to be pretty fired up about something. And the last time I went to a protest, it was about the road being overturned. So that was a protest worth protesting. I do know there are some things going on about ICE right now.
Yeah,
in Los
there's a lot
Angeles.
going on.
And you know, I probably would not attend those protests because I'd be scared, which is a horrible thing to say. We should be better. We should not be scared. We should be standing up for what's right.
I don't think that's a should. I think what I would say instead is I really admire people who are able to set aside their fear, and I think I would like to be that kind of person. My aunt recently got arrested for a protest against the dismantling of Medicaid, and she has said, like, you know, I'm older, I'm retired, like, it's okay if I have a criminal record, like, you know, my kids are grown, like, it's a little bit different for her, and so she feels like it's the right time for her to be doing that.
That's totally right. I can imagine myself doing that when I'm older. I don't have little kids at home. I'm financially in a place where I can, like, support whatever would be needed.
All this to say, both of us would have attended protests, will attend more protests. I think you're more likely to leave the house and go to an event.
But you know, Alina,
I'm less likely to be afraid of a protest. So I don't
know very many people who have not protested. I'm pretty sure everyone I know. I've known a lot of people who protested. There's a lot of protests. Like, I know a lot of protesting people. So okay.
Who's more likely to die first in a horror movie? You.
I won't even watch a horror movie, let alone live one. I mean, I guess for my life is actually my life. Who's going to die first in a horror? Me. Although I do think about who would die first in a Holocaust. Now that is a good question. And I have been preparing for this moment my whole life. And
why am I laughing about the Holocaust?
I think that I would be well suited for that, to survive a Holocaust situation, only because I think I could be resourceful, and I'm not afraid to ask for help. And I think that those are two very needed things when you're in a Holocaust situation. A horror movie, it's like, I'm not sure what help is going to be helpful, but a Holocaust, I feel like
I just imagine you, like, your phone goes off and you answer it, and then the murderer was calling you, and you're like, "Oh, hi, I'm at the store." I mean, no, I'm not at the store. I
thought about that. Yeah, I'm just not so good.
So, to be clear, no one asked who would survive a Holocaust, but I do agree you're more likely to survive a Holocaust for the reasons you mentioned. I am not so good at asking for help.
I just think in general, you would not notice the signs because you're not paranoid enough. So you wouldn't know when to get them. You have to. I think so.
This is horrible. We might be cutting part of this.
I think we're off.
Who is more likely to win a Grammy? I mean, aside from obviously our Grammy for this amazing podcast that we put together, I would say I'm more likely to win a Grammy.
Yeah, I don't sing.
I can sing, but I don't think I am at all. That is not.
I've never heard you sing.
The possibility. I sing on this podcast all the time.
No, but not really. Like, sing a song for real.
No, I'm not going to sing a song for real.
Maybe when we're done recording.
Maybe. I'm not like, I don't have the best voice ever. I have very good pitch, but I don't have a very good tonal quality to my voice. That's
okay. But you know, though, people who win Grammys for all sorts of things. They win Grammys for, like,
for spoken word, for podcast hosting.
Yeah. I think Alina's more likely to win a Grammy.
Judith and the Grammy for best podcast.
That's right. I would not win.
Goes to Judith and Alina from As Long as I'm Living podcast. Yay. Okay. Who is more likely to get a parking ticket? You.
Me. I actually got 2 speeding tickets yesterday. Not yesterday.
Shut up.
I got 2 speeding tickets in the mail yesterday.
Jesus. I've gotten one speeding ticket in my entire life.
Washington, D.C., do not ever drive here. I won't even drive because it costs more to drive to work because I will get a parking ticket, a speeding ticket, than it is to just take the metro, because 36 miles an hour, they're fucking after you, and they don't even send humans anymore. It's all on the camera, and I don't think it's fair, but I get parking tickets all the time. The time.
So definitely, Judith. I've gotten 1 parking ticket in my entire life, and I've gotten 1 speeding ticket in my entire life. Both were deserved, but both were a situation where I didn't actually know I was parking illegally or didn't know I was speeding. So I've never gotten a ticket for deliberately or knowingly speeding or parking illegally. Whoops.
Neither have I, but what is that? I never know when I'm speeding. Like, sure, I know,
What
but
I'm
like,
saying is I was going 55. It had been 55, and then I drove into a zone that was 45, and I missed the sign.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay, whatever. Who is more likely to start a grief and loss foundation? I would never.
I would never, but I would be the one more likely to because I know
Agreed.
how to, because I work in the nonprofit space. So I would probably be the one who's more likely to do that, but I would never. I would never because my love doesn't manifest in that direction.
I agree. Who is the most likely to write a book? Neither of us.
We
I
are.
have no
We
interest.
have a podcast. That is our book.
I have no interest in that whatsoever. I have no interest. Who is more likely to get chickens? Oh my God.
A chicken?
Ew.
A chicken?
Chickens, like pets.
Chickens.
I have said to my husband multiple times, if I get influenced to the point that I am telling you we need to get chickens for our yard, there's something wrong with me mentally. Like, that is not me. I am a clone. I do not want chickens. I never want chickens. I don't want to touch chickens. I don't want to touch their warm eggs covered in their little poop flecks and clean them. I don't want to get pecked. I don't want chickens. I don't see the appeal.
I don't like birds either, but I kind of have this romantic sense of like, I'm going to live on a farm and grow my own food and have my animals. And I have a very romantic notion about that. But you need to have a partner that wants to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be you're both all in. And here's the problem with farming. You can't ever go on vacation.
I know. Oh my God. Seriously. Fuck chickens. So I guess Judith. Who's more likely to wear socks to bed? I would never wear socks to bed. Do you wear socks to bed?
No, I would never wear socks to bed.
Yeah.
Never.
Neither.
I would never. It makes my feet too hot.
Who is more likely to get plastic surgery?
Me.
Fun fact, Judith's about to get a breast reduction.
I am going to get a breast reduction. So me, and apparently it might be August 5th. It might not be, but it might be.
And you've also gotten Botox. Is that plastic surgery?
I got Botox once. It didn't work for my face.
But does that count as plastic surgery?
No, that's just like a cosmetic. But I would happily get plastic surgery. I mean, I can think of other things that I would want to do after this breast reduction, and I don't have like any qualms about it. Like, who cares? Like, if you care whether or not I want plastic surgery, then that is, you have too much time in my hands.
I agree with that. So definitely Judith, although I would consider it depending on the thing, for sure. Who is more likely to get a tattoo for their baby?
Alina, that is a really good question.
That is a really good one. I like that.
What
I
would
am
you get?
definitely
Any
more likely.
idea?
When Quinn first died, I thought I had this little hedgehog design that I thought I might get as a tattoo, and I just never got around to it. And honestly, now that I'm at the point, now I'm this far out, and I haven't gotten the tattoo, like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I know people who have.
I don't have any tattoos, and if I haven't gotten a tattoo for my dead child, like, I just don't think it's gonna happen. But I probably am more likely. Are you allowed to get tattoos? Halakhically? Is that the word?
Okay, so no.
That's not the word?
No, that is the word, but the answer is no, I don't think you are. Well, I don't know if you're not allowed to or if it's just frowned upon. Because I think it was like a slavery thing, like, but I don't
say halakhically, listeners.
It's like
the Jewish listeners are like, wow, you're pronouncing that wrong. And the non-Jewish listeners are like, what the fuck are you saying? I'm saying,
are Jews
by Jewish
allowed to get tattoos? Yeah. I think that technically it is forbidden, but I feel like it's not. It says you shall not make gashes in your flesh or incise marks on yourself. So yes, you cannot, but
okay.
Well,
anyway,
yes.
I'm more likely to. Who is more likely to miss a flight?
Have you ever missed a flight? Have you ever missed a flight?
Judith is more likely.
But have you ever missed a flight?
No. I've never even come close to missing a flight.
I have never missed a... Hold on. This is important. I have never missed a flight in my own being. Meaning, one time, my mom missed the flight when I was 12 or 13. Like, my mom missed it because it was 12, and we showed up at 12 p.m. and it was 12 a.m. So my mom missed that flight. I have not missed flights intentionally. There have been times where like
Who misses a flight intentionally?
no, like there have been times like where the flights have gotten canceled or like I'm trying to think of an example like I didn't miss one time, but it wasn't like I was lazy. It was like there was an obscene amount of traffic.
Unraveling here.
No. Listen. There was just like an obscene amount of traffic. Like you expect there to be an hour's worth of traffic, and there's 2 hours worth of traffic.
And
like
then
it was not.
Flight.
Yeah, but that was like it wasn't because I didn't do my due diligence. I showed up when I normally do. It just there was extra traffic.
But Judith, that's part of not missing the flight is accounting for absurd traffic. This is why I show up so fucking early that I'm so bored and I read 10 books and I have a beer and a half and then I have to pee on the flight because I was in the airport for 3 hours.
Okay, I would never do that. Never.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Judith is more likely to miss a flight.
Yeah, I am.
Who is more likely to go to space? I will never go to space in my entire life. I hate that. That makes me want to die.
I'd be fine going. I mean, if someone wanted to invite me, I'd be going to space.
Someone wants to invite me.
Okay, I can do space.
Who is more likely, interesting, to change careers to focus on something else because of your grief?
Wait, Alina, did people actually ask these questions?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Neither of us did.
No, neither of us did.
Neither of us did. But who is more likely?
I think probably you, but I don't think either of us at this point is going to do that.
I don't work in like a cutthroat finance office setting. So maybe if I worked, I work in a nonprofit space. So yeah, I kind of like,
I could imagine you like eventually choosing to work for a related, some kind of that.
Imagine consulting. I guess I could be a consultant for, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Neither of us.
In my retirement, I'll serve on a board.
I don't really want to retire. I love working.
Ugh, wow, I totally disagree.
I can imagine working but like meaning like I would want to work like 5 hours a week.
Sure.
I
don't actually hate my job. I'm on maternity leave and I'm like starting to contemplate going back and I don't want to.
I think you love your job.
I do really love my job. Okay. Who is more likely to go to the Olympics?
Oh, I plan on going in 2026 when they're in Los Angeles.
I think they meant be in the Olympics.
Oh.
But I love that. You were like, oh, I'm going in 2026.
I'm going.
I was like, wait a second, for what?
Well, it's going to be in Los Angeles. Maybe it's 2027. I think it's in 2026. In Los Angeles, I plan on going. I'm not going. What? I'm 5 feet tall. What could I possibly
do? A gymnast at 5 feet tall.
That ship has so far sailed. No.
I'm going to say me is more likely to go to the Olympics. But I also, again, don't think either of us is going to go to the Olympics. This one's up with the Grammys for us.
Yeah, I'm not going. But okay.
Who is more likely to tell someone off for saying everything happens for a reason? I think this is a great question, and I do think it depends on our moods. I did yell at that lady in the street that time.
Okay, but you did not go off on her. Like, you didn't give her a lecture. You just said
I didn't give her a lecture. I yelled at her for literally no reason. She actually didn't deserve it. She didn't say anything rude about my grief. I just yelled at her because I was feeling griefy. I am one to get self-righteous about things, but I'm also not one to confront people about things.
I think it would be me, and I actually think I have probably said something similar to somebody.
Who is more likely to spend a lot of money on self-care?
Huh?
Both of us.
Huh? That's an interesting question.
But I would say probably me throughout this time because I haven't had living kids that I have to spend my money on. So throughout this whole time, I feel like it was me probably. But now maybe it's a little different.
I don't know. You're amongst us both.
Yeah.
Who would you say is?
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Because just the other day, I really want a matte makeup palette, like a matte eyeshadow palette, because mattes are in matte neutral, I've learned. And I wouldn't do it. because
God,
I
I
wouldn't
can't
spend
keep
like
up.
the $60 or whatever it was for eyeshadow. But I will spend $60 for like
A massage,
a
a
massage
foot
or
massage.
some of that. Or like,
Yeah.
so, or I'll spend more than that on therapy. So
Oh,
I
that doesn't even count, although it is
don't,
expensive.
and at some point, like EMDR therapy, couples therapy, individual therapy, every therapy, it
Yes.
adds up. So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know.
I
I
think
think you're
I think
talking
both of
to,
us do
and I
spend
don't
money.
think either of us are really big spenders.
I think that's true. I think
But
honestly, one of the things I'm more likely to spend money on is stuff that would fall in the self-care category. Like
you
that is like one
you
of my
spend more
higher
money
spending
on
categories.
eating out, and I
Yes.
spend more money on like treatments.
I think that's accurate. Yes.
Like I'll get like a facial or I'll get like a massage or something, and you'll eat
Yes.
out.
And I'm more likely to be like, I am going to go get like a delicious
I'm not
pastry for
cooking this week. We're
breakfast.
gonna do
Yeah.
takeout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I think we have one more. Who is more likely to text back immediately?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. That is a really, someone stumbled on something they don't even know they stumbled on. Okay. Interesting you should say that because someone here has actually been very MIA recently, and it hasn't been me.
What? You've been MIA.
No, you've been away. Let me tell you why. Because I will call you, but you will never call me back. So if I call you and you don't answer, I don't hear from you because you don't call me back. And recently I've been calling you and you haven't answered, so I haven't been speaking to you. But you will text me, but that's not the point. The point is if you don't answer the call, like we're just not going to speak.
Right.
And you haven't
This
been
is
answering my calls.
yes. So this is the problem with having with me being the one who has a child and a live child is that I can't answer the phone a lot.
Yeah, you don't answer the phone.
And
But you
so I
do
don't
text
answer the
me.
phone. And it used to be that you would call 5 times a day and I would pick up once, right? Or
Yes.
twice. And
Yeah.
now it's like you call 5 times and they're all, or
No.
3 times,
Now,
and
yeah,
they're all
because
busy and I can't pick them up. And so
yes.
then I don't call you. I
Because
very rarely call you. I call you maybe once a week. Maybe once a week.
You call me after I've called you so many times that you're like, oh, I should call her back.
So you are keeping score. You told me a long time
I'm
ago
not
that you
keeping
don't
score.
keep score.
I'm not keeping score. I'm just saying that I noticed I haven't spoken to you on the phone in a long time because when
So
I
will
call
say,
less frequently because I'm working from the office. I call less frequently. I agree. I
yes,
call
that's
less
true.
frequently. And when I call, it's after, let's say I call at 7. You're already asleep, or I'll call in the morning at 8 a.m. and something's going on.
I
So
also
it's
do feel like I have such a knack for calling you at the exact time you can't answer. So like I'm like, oh, let me
yes,
call Judith, and it's like Shabbos, like it's Saturday, and you can't
yes,
answer the phone. I'm like, damn it, it's Shabbos again. Or I call
yes,
you, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's school drop off. Like I am
yes.
literally
Yeah,
constantly.
you call.
If I call
Yes,
you, it's at exactly the wrong
it's
time.
at that time.
But now, let's say that
But texting, I am a horrible
I was
texter.
going to
I
say, the
will
question
not
was about texting, and you are not good at texting
I'm a
back.
really bad texter.
I will text
I'm
you like
so bad.
20 things in a row, and you
I
will not
know.
respond, and then
I
you'll call,
know.
and I won't answer, and then you'll call, and I won't
I
answer.
do this
And
other thing,
meanwhile,
which
I've
is that
texted you like 50 times in the interim, and
no,
you
I'm so
haven't
bad at
answered.
texting. And okay, here I have 2 very annoying texting habits that no one cares about. I don't even know why no one cares about this, but my number one annoying texting habit is that I will stop responding in the middle of a conversation.
Oh, you're such a
And then I
treat.
won't answer for 3 days. And then 3 days later, I'll respond. It's so annoying. It's very annoying. And I can't explain why I do it. It's because I get distracted or because I don't know my answer. I don't know the answer. So then I just don't answer. Okay. My number 2 very annoying thing about the way I text is I don't text in paragraphs. I text in half
Yes, it's like
sentences.
bing, 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 bing,
It
bing.
must be so annoying.
It's
I
actually not annoying. I
text.
don't mind it. I
I
feel like it's
text.
like it's just your style. Like it's just the
It's just my
way, and I feel
style.
like it's the way you talk. So of course it's the way you text.
Yes.
I don't find
It's
it
very
annoying
much
at
so
all.
myself.
Anyway,
I think the most annoying
okay. So
thing.
the answer is I am more likely to text back, but I am less likely to stay in contact, and
And you're
that
less
is
likely to
honestly
call.
that is truly something about myself that I don't like about myself. That
That you don't call.
I not even call like my general like friends and family were not big callers. Although maybe that's just because I'm not a big caller and everyone defers to me. But I am not particularly good at keeping in touch. And here are my annoying habits. Okay,
Okay.
I will, and this isn't true for everybody, but in a lot of cases, like if it's somebody I don't text with regularly and they text me, it could take me days to text back and initiate the second half of the conversation because I'm thinking about my answer. But what I do is I leave it on read. So then it pops up every 2 hours as of whatever. And then I'm like, so I'm thinking about it constantly. And I'm thinking about you as you text me, but I haven't responded. So that's an annoying thing that I do. Maybe it's annoying. I don't know. And then I think they think I've forgotten about them and I haven't forgotten about them. I also get overwhelmed with text messages. And so at bad times of the year for me, griefy times, I go full hibernate and don't respond to anything.
I think that's normal, healthy. I don't think that's a bad habit. Like, I think that's actually a healthy habit. It's you protecting yourself. I won't respond I won't respond to anyone.
Oh, you know, another thing that you do is you do these voice notes to me where you say, hi, ignore this. I need to buy bananas and blah, 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 blah. And the thing, I have a love-hate relationship with voice notes because I absolutely love hearing my friends' voices. Love, 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 love. But I find it so hard for my brain to respond to voice notes because I don't know, like I have to be paying attention to the voice note enough to remember all the things that were in the voice note so that I can respond to the voice note. So I don't listen to voice. If you send me a voice note, I will often not listen to the voice note for like days.
But it's me talking to myself.
I know, but other people send me voice notes, and I feel like I have to prepare myself to like listen to a podcast episode.
I do too. I don't like listening to voice notes. I mean, unless they're 30 seconds or less. If it's not even 10 seconds, if it's just a blurb, I'll listen to it.
But that's not what I'm saying. I love a voice note. I love hearing an update from my friend that's a voice note. I also get so stressed out about responding. So if you want to just like catch me up on your life and send me a voice note, I am all in. If you want me to respond in kind with a voice note, I probably won't do it. Anyway, that's how I feel about that. So
I don't know why I don't want to know these things, but here's what I will say. Let's just ask you this, okay? We have a couple minutes before I have to go. Let me just ask you this. Where are you holding on your grief today?
I got some big feelings out this past weekend. I had been holding in a lot of big feelings. So I am medium.
Medium.
I'm medium.
What does medium mean?
I'm here. I'm not a disaster. It's definitely at an elevated level, but I'm managing. That's what I would say. And we don't need to get into it because we'll talk about it later at some point. I want to keep it light today, but my daughter's Quinn age, so we'll talk about that some other time. But what about you?
I went to the beach last week, which was enjoyable. I had a great time. And I made friendship bracelets for me and my kids.
Yeah.
And I made one for Aiden. And I'm excited because I'm going to send it to him. And we also collected seashells for him. And here are a couple highlights of what happened on my trip that I want to share with everyone. So we were talking about, like at the end of our days, we always kind of go around the table and we say, like, what did you do today? What did you do today? What did you do today? Sometimes, in efforts to include Aiden in my family, I will say, and Aiden, what did you do today? When we run out of the people who are alive at the table. And then I'll like answer my own question. I'll be like, oh, he played with Quinn. He played with Ari. Maybe he went for a swim. Maybe he went to the mountains, complete bullshit. Well, my daughter, who's 3, we were out for coffee. We were just making small talk. I mean, she's 3, so that's what we talk, small talk. And she said, Mommy, what did you do today? And I mean, it was 9 a.m., so not that much. But then she looked up to the sky all by herself. And Aiden, what did you do today? Oh, you played with Ari, you played with Quinn. Wow, what a great day. And then she said to the live baby, she's like, what did you do today? Like, she just very much so included him. And I thought that was so sweet. I was dying. And then the other thing that she did is we were talking about Aiden, we were talking about Aiden and the family, and my daughter interrupted him. She's like, wait, Aiden is dead. And we were like, yes, no, I know. And she's like, no, Mommy, Aiden died. I was like, I know.
He lives in our hearts.
And she goes, he lives in our hearts. But he lives in our hearts, Mommy. He lives in our hearts.
I'm just remembering, I had a dream about Aiden last night.
Really?
He was not there. He wasn't there. But I was taking my kid to the pediatrician, and I was picking up a prescription for Aiden. And I was like, wow. Aiden, Aiden. And then I said his last name and spelled his last name. And they handed it over to me. Yeah.
What's
Aiden
he
was in my dream last night. I have no idea.
Well, he's already dead, so it can't be that bad.
Or it's really bad.
Oh, it's really bad. It must be so bad if he's coming back from death to the American healthcare system to get him. I mean, it must be so bad. There is nowhere like the American pharmacy. I mean, I cannot tell you. For some reason, I hate it more than the DMV. You know why? Because the DMV, I expect to be bad. I'm like, this is going to be annoying. This is bureaucracy. The pharmacy, it doesn't have to be that bad. It just always is that bad. There's always an issue. It's never ready, or you're waiting, or they
have it under the wrong name, or the phone number can't connect to the rewards program. The screen's broken. I'm supposed to tap the card and not insert the card.
Yes. What? Yes. Do you also have that problem? Every time I go, it's like an hour.
Always.
It didn't have to be that way.
You know, my biggest pet peeve about the American healthcare pharmacy system is that my motherfucking dead child is still connected to my CVS account. And I cannot get my alive child to be connected to my CVS.
Are you serious?
But Quinn is still on my CVS account, and I can't get rid of him. I've tried. So he's right there. And I can't get my daughter on that for some reason. But he's right there from the one prescription he had in his life when we had thrush.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
For a while, it caused me a lot of pain to see him on there, and now I kind of like it. But I do wish I could get my daughter on there. That would be ideal.
Well, don't even try.
I know. Whatever. Okay. Well, that was a fun one.
Well, this was really fun. This is the first time we did it midday like this, and it actually worked really well.
It worked really well for me, too.
My guess is the audio is going to be amazing because this is a phone booth room, and it's got audio absorbent panels all around the room.
Listeners, you have to tell us if this was good audio today.
Please let me know if my audio is better.
Are we going to win a Grammy for this episode's audio? Okay.
Only you will. I definitely will not.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye.
To all of our wonderful new friends, we want to hear from you. Email us at aslongasimlivingpodcast@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram at aslongasimlivingpodcast. We'll get back to you as soon as our grieving brains allow.
Yay!